All right, welcome back to the Brown Boss Podcast. Keneal. We have a lot to get into today, man.
We do, bro. We do. Gosh, man.
Ooh,
We
such
do.
an eventful weekend. We had a lot of ups and a very bad loss. Oh, actually, two bad losses. We'll get into both of them this past weekend by two different teams. But let's just start. You know what? Let's just start it. Let's rip the band-aid off. Let's get into the Rams and Falcons. What a night for Matt Stafford to have his worst night as a Ram, I would say. Not ever, as a Ram. Worst night to have it.
You know what's crazy, man?
Rams lost 27-14 to the Falcons.
You know what's
Sorry, 27.
you know what's crazy is that if there's one game where you literally give your MVP trophy away to Drake Mays, that was the game.
That was a game.
That was the game, man. I hate it. I don't want to hear about the fact that Patriots, the strength of schedule, Patriots has an easy one, Rams don't. I don't want to hear any bullshit, man. We lost. If you talk about strength of schedule, we lost to Falcons, which is weak. We lost to Carolina, which is weak. I want to put Niners in there too because they didn't even have Brock Purdy, they didn't have Kittles, they didn't have Ayuk. We lost to that team as well. So don't give me that bullshit. As a Rams fan, I'll tell you this was like the most embarrassing loss of the season. I don't want to hear people saying they didn't have Devontae Adams. They're missing their left tackle. Dude, you're playing Atlanta Falcons. You know what's the funny thing, man? Rams has so much to play for. People are like, oh, they clinched the playoffs, so they're like, whatever. No, they have so much to play for. What I mean by that is that if Matthew Stafford even just had an okay game, a subpar game, okay, we just won by a touchdown. You know, we were always leading and Falcons were right there. Stafford still could have won this MVP. I'll be honest with you. He didn't even do that. Check there. Second, if we would have won yesterday, we would have basically kind of solidified the position for our playoff hope, meaning that we'd be number 5 instead of flirting with 6. Why do I say that? Is because you want to get to that number 5th seed as a wild card because you're gonna be facing NFC South. It could be either Panthers or Tampa Bay. We don't know. Check. We dropped the ball there, right? And then on top of all of that, you're talking about potentially sending Falcons into a top 10 draft pick.
Right.
And we didn't do that either. Rams hold Atlanta's they hold Atlanta's first round pick this year because the trade they made last year where they gave up their first round to get this year's first round. So Rams could have beat Falcons and could have made their odds better to get like more of a top 10 pick, which is more favorable. Nope, not even that either. They give Atlanta a win. So now instead of being a top 10 pick, it'll be more between like, I want to say 11 through 15, depending on what happens next week. Because there's a lot of teams which are jumbo right now with 7-9 record, including Falcons and Tampa Bay, whoever, what you want to say. So what I'm trying to say is that this was really sad, man. I mean, especially, like that big letdown we had on Thursday night where we were up, by 14 points or 16 points in the fourth quarter, and we gave that up against Seattle on Thursday Night Football. I guess everything just got shooken up, man. Our confidence, which is the wrong time. I don't want to say we're limping, but I mean, clearly we're not at our full strength. And watching yesterday's game, it's scaring me now that Stafford is throwing his interceptions. He had 3 interceptions yesterday. It's scaring me that he's overthrowing people. What I mean by that is that even in fourth quarter, we had 20 seconds to go, right, man? Dude, I forgot what receiver it was. He was wide open. Why did Stafford doesn't miss? Yeah. He doesn't miss. You know which play I'm talking about? The first and 10. He was wide open, man. Oh my gosh, right? I don't want to get into the PI. Refs are human. We didn't lose that game because of it was a non-call. We did not lose. I don't care. I don't want to hear that bullshit. As a Rams fan, yes, I hated it that they didn't call PI. Even the commentators were like, dude, that's a clear PI. Whatever. Yeah. But we still had a chance to tie the game, And what can you do? Bijan, I mean, we kept Falcons receivers in check. Drake, Not Drake, sorry.
London?
Yeah, Drake London. Well, it was held to like 3 catches, I think.
Mhm.
Hit was the tight end was held to like about 2 catches or so. We
Yeah.
kept the receivers in check. The only guy we did not keep in check, again, this scares me, Tapis.
It's difficult.
No, it's not even that. It's what scares me is what burned us last year. Is Saquon
Running.
going for that big runs.
Yeah.
And when Bijan went for a 93-yard touchdown,
Yeah.
that gave me flashback from last year because Saquon did that to Rams twice during the season and in the playoffs. And the only reason we lost to the Eagles last year in the playoffs, which I believe, is because Saquon had that big run in the fourth quarter where the game was over then, for us.
Yeah.
So that's what's scaring me. Stafford not being accurate is still scaring me. I mean, we still have really good receivers, good tight ends. I don't care about Devontae Adams not being there. Dude, you should be able to beat Atlanta Falcons. I'm sorry. Without anybody. I mean, with Puka being in check, I have to give Atlanta a lot of credit. They kept Puka in check. I mean, here and there, they gave him some, deep throws, but they kept the guy in check, and it was the worst game by the Rams, man. But I'm just sad that Stafford's probably not going to win this MVP. Knowing my luck, we're going to face the Eagles in the first round now instead of facing the NFC South. We're going to face the Eagles in the first round. But
Potentially.
yeah, man. I mean, it sucks. I mean, I do want to say it was a horrible loss, man. That's all I got to say. All right.
Yeah.
Nothing else, man.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of levels to this. Like you said, the draft pick is an issue, which I don't, in the NFL, I feel like top 10 doesn't mean much when you're a contender like the Rams, right? Top 10 is great for teams that are developing and
Yeah.
getting the right. So like Rams, I mean, it's a good benefit for them, but obviously they're not going to be like lose sleep over it. But I think the what you said about like them going into the playoffs like this is troublesome, right? Because they were hot. Matthew Stafford was on an MVP trajectory. He pretty much had it locked down. All he had to do was beat the Falcons, honestly. So that's all it was, especially with how much fire the 49ers are getting into and also with the Seahawks. They're catching fire at the right time. And the Rams are seeming to go the other way. Stafford having those 3 picks. Honestly, if he had 2 touchdowns and no picks and they still lost, I still would have been like, all right, no, not a bad game. But I feel like when he has 3 picks and a pick six, like you're kind of shooting yourself in the leg. To give them credit, they did come back. I feel like the Falcons fans were having flashbacks of the 26. It was 24-3, and then they came back all the way to 24-26. They were still in it until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give the Rams that.
Yep.
But what do you consider to be the biggest issue right now? Like, if you, as a Rams fan, are you worried about the defense? Because the defense has turned into one of the worst defenses in the last like 4 or 5 weeks, giving up the most points. Or is it the offense kind of being staggered? Is it because of Devontae's not there, or is it because Kyron's not being efficient anymore? What's going on?
I mean, I want to say a little bit of everything. Our secondary is really weak. We're not putting pressure. Our front, defensive people are not putting pressure on the QB. As you can tell, Sam Darnold went off on us. No pressure on him. That was really weak. Our special team was huge. We fired the special team coach. Yesterday, special team showed up with a punt, a block field goal by Verse, which helped us for our comeback. Like I said, Kyron Williams, he's running but not having impactful run. Also, I want to say Sean McVay. There was earlier, like I think it was the second quarter where he actually went, or first quarter, he went on that 4th and 1 again, and he made it so obvious again, just like the 49ers game, made it so obvious. What are you doing? Why you even letting other team know that you're running the ball? I hate when they do that. You're going on 4th and 1, make it seem like you're gonna fucking throw the ball or do a play action. Scare the defense. Don't make it obvious where you just have Kyron to go straight in the middle.
Right.
We lost right there. I mean, there's a lot of look, honestly, they really need to get their shit together. Have like intervention between all of them and like just talk amongst like get our shit together. Even Stafford being careless with the ball. Come on, man. Like, but you know what, man? I'll tell you right now. If we end up losing in the first round or second round, I only blame one guy, and that's gonna be Puka, right? We were actually playing well until he wanted to come out with the podcasters and blame the refs, this and that. He brought like unnecessary
Negative attention.
attention on like unnecessary negative attention on the Rams when they didn't even need no attention, to be honest with you. You know, he put everything on spotlight, you know, and we're not supposed to. I mean, we had Thursday night game. He did that on Wednesday. Everything kind of boiled over, man. And so I just want to say, like, he should really realize that he's hurting the team. Even though that maybe his play hasn't hurt the team, but overall has hurt the team because of the environment. And, you know, obviously the refs are not gonna like, you know, help out the Rams, right? Like example, I don't want to say that yesterday's PI was cause of it. I mean, but again, why didn't the refs did not blow that flag right there? It was obvious. It wasn't
It's
like
kind of the Draymond effect, right? Like once you get on the refs' bad side, they're not gonna want to help you out.
exactly,
They're gonna kind of look the other way for some calls because they know what you say about them, right?
exactly right. I mean, like yesterday was a clear PI, and they didn't want to call it. If that was a PI, we would have got a field goal out of it in overtime, and I think we would have won the game in overtime, right? And we didn't. So, to answer your question, man, I think it's a little bit of everything. Sean McVay needs to like get his shit together. Matthew Stafford should be very careless with the ball. He's just throwing the ball and like getting intercepted. That's not Matthew. He's becoming a Tony Romo or something out there, you know, for some reason. So yeah, I mean everything a little. Our defense needs to like kind of get ready and put pressure on the QB. Our secondary needs to be more active, where they can actually get I mean knock the ball down or at least get interceptions out of it, you know. And so yeah, man, a little bit of everything. We need to tighten everything up. To be honest with you.
Would you say last question on this one? But would you say as this is kind of like a good loss to have in the fact that this is the best time for Matthew Stafford to have a bad game? You know, you get it out. Every quarterback is due for one, right? He was on fire. He was MVP. He only had like what I think 2 or 3 interceptions in the whole year, right? He was on fire, right? Going into it. And then now he's obviously, I think Tyler Drake maybe 5. But like, him getting it out of the way and this ugly loss, getting it out of the way, like, okay, now we know what we need to do. Hopefully, I mean, I'm hoping that Sean McVay is as good of a coach and he understands what he did wrong and how they can do better, what kind of reads maybe Matthew Stafford can make better, a little bit better. Maybe he does need Devontae out there because he's more of a safety net for him now versus Puka, who can be a little wild at times and a little erratic with his routes. Like maybe this is probably a good loss.
I mean, look, honestly, right? If you're gonna have any type of loss, you want to have it during the season, and especially before the playoff starts. And to be honest with you, like I'm hoping this is more of a reality check and more of a good loss, like you're talking about,
Yeah,
because at least you can go into the playoffs thinking that you're not invincible, right?
right.
I mean, the last thing you want to do is like, for example, how Seattle's playing or how Niners are playing. Those guys are probably feeling invincible, meaning that they can't do nothing wrong, right? Nothing can go wrong, right? They haven't really faced like adversity where where they would need to like freaking buckle up and like kind of turn shit around, right? So
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I'm hoping this is a really good loss in a way where now they can actually look themselves in the mirror and say that shit. If we don't get our shit together, we're one game and out in the playoffs. Doesn't
yeah,
matter what the hell we did for 18 weeks. All goes to waste, you know. Well, what we even like played for the first 10 weeks or 11 weeks we played so hard went down the drain in one game in playoffs. So I hope this is a wake up call, which I'm
yeah,
hoping it is, and we need this to be a wake up call. Like I said, it's not one person to blame. It's more like everyone's not doing their part. Everyone's being weak right now. You know, the O line, the D line, the defense, the offense, the special team. You know, everybody needs to pick up their shit together and like get ready. You know, and just like hone in on what they need to accomplish just to win the Super Bowl. And they're
yeah,
not out. Playoffs is starting in 2 weeks, so let's do
yeah.
this.
Exactly, exactly. All right, let's go from this game. We'll go into the one that probably impacts the significance of the loss of yesterday
Yeah.
and into the playoff picture, which is the Niners against the Bears. The Niners won this one 42-38. It was a shootout. There was almost no defense being played. Brock Purdy looked bad and good. I think bad in the first throw of the game where he had a pick six,
Interception right away.
and then and then he went on a tear after that. He's over there doing the Dougie and everything. So I'm not gonna lie, the Niners looked very, very impressive to me.
Mm.
Uh, Almost a very scary team with how they're constructed. I mean, Caleb Williams did his job. Don't get me wrong. The Bears showed up too. They did what they needed to do, but I just feel like the Niners had the upper hand the entire game. Now this goes into in this one. I mean, obviously the Bears still they secure the second seed. They secure the division win. Are you surprised by the Bears being as good as they have been, and also, or are you more surprised by the Niners being as good as they have are this year with all the injuries, everything you mentioned?
Yeah, I'm so surprised with Bears, man, because Niners, you had two consistency, right? You had the head coach who's been there, done that, everything. He knows what he's doing, who can get best out of anyone. And the second, McCaffrey, he's a veteran running back, and he's been there too, right? So I'm not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I give all the kudos to San Francisco what they did this year. It's remarkable. But Bears, meaning like they finished last place last year, or actually 2 years in a row, to be honest with you. They haven't played well. They get a new head coach. Caleb looks horrible last year, like a bus. Turns him around, makes him a decent QB, a timely throw QB, which he's turning around. So of course, man, Bears, I thought Bears were gonna win this, man. To be honest with you, they wasted that timeout for no reason. All they could have done is clunk the
Yeah,
ball and save that stupid timeout. But again, coach not being there, inexperience kind of comes into play, right?
yeah,
So, because I was like, shit, dude, if they would have won that game, if Chicago would have won that game, I think that Rams game would have been a little different.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, for
so
sure.
so this is what I think it is, right? If people don't know, since Seattle won last on Sunday and San Francisco won on Sunday, it automatically eliminates Rams from any divisional place. They're going to become wild card automatically. Even going into Monday, Rams knew they were a wild card team. They cannot win that division because both of them won, right? So I think that had to do something. What happened with the Monday night game? Because you're like, dude, what the hell are we playing for now? Like
Yeah,
we don't have any hope to win the division now, right? We're gonna be a wild card team, so I think that
the
kind of played
seeding
into
is so
that.
important.
But see, players don't get that, right? Players are we're in the playoffs, whatever the case, we're clinched it, right?
Yeah,
We're in the playoffs, right? I mean, it's kind of like I mean, I don't want to go off tangent. It's kind of saying that how New York Giants won on Sunday when they could have got the number one pick. They
right.
just players just don't get that, right? Players are just gonna play my game and play hard, right? They don't care about them losing that game. Could have got the number one pick. No, they don't care about that, dude. The same thing with the Rams. Some players are just like, all right, dude, we're gonna be a wild card team. We made the playoffs. We're not gonna win the division. Let's milk it in now. Like kind of like that. That had to do with it because now that Seattle and they can have that showdown. With the Niners, it's gonna be good. But going back to your question, man, I'm more impressed with the Bears and what they have done so far. I never thought they would win this division, man. You got Lions and Packers in that division, and you're telling me Chicago won this division?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Honestly, for me, I'm more surprised with the Niners. In the preseason, I actually had the Bears pretty high. I said that they'll make the playoffs. I honestly thought they would be like Detroit would make it, then Packers would make it, and then the Bears would still make the playoffs. I didn't expect them to win a division, obviously, but I still thought they were good. But I honestly had counted out the Niners. I was like, you know what? They have all the injuries, and McCaffrey is so. We don't know what's going to happen. Brock Purdy was going to start the season, maybe as an iffy. But like, they're not going to be competitive
Yeah.
because even at full strength, they weren't that good last year. But now without Fred Warner, without Ayuk even showing up for a day of I mean, and the only time he actually was near the stadium was when he was driving past it,
So stupid, right?
tweeting about it. But I'm more surprised by the Niners, honestly. Like the fact that they are, 24, I'm sorry, 12-4, like that's insane to me. The fact that they have a better record than the Rams at this point. Brock Purdy looked like a different person yesterday. He's always been a good thrower of the football, but I think he had the confidence about him that yesterday that like I haven't seen in a while. And with that momentum, honestly, going into the playoffs, especially if they beat Seattle this weekend, they're a dangerous, dangerous team. They would have the number one seed. They would have the bye week. They would have pretty much court home field throughout the entire playoffs, including the Super Bowl, which
Nobody
is
has ever done
insane.
that either, right?
Yeah. So, man, this is going to turn out to be a very, very good one. So let's get into the matchup. So as far as this division, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the Seattle versus the 49ers game.
Mm-hmm.
If the Niners lose, they get the sixth spot, right? Which means that That
Only if
means they would
only if Rams win.
right, which it's the freaking Jets, man. If you guys lose to the
So
Jets,
Cardinals. We're playing the Cardinals.
if you guys lose to the Cardinals, I'm fired. You know what? I have no faith whatsoever in the Rams. That's the worst loss. There's no good loss in that one. I can't save you there. But we're assuming the Rams because Sean McVay he's going to start all the starters for that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they lose and if the Niners lose, they will get 6 which means they would face the Eagles, and the Rams would face the winner of NFC South. But if Seattle loses, then Rams stay where they are and face the Eagles first round. Man, give me a scenario for either one of them. I mean, I know Carolina already beat the Rams once this year, and Eagles have as well. Who would you want to face first round?
I mean, dude, honestly, NFC South, man. If we can, we will. We want to, but it's gonna be interesting because the way I see it is that I have it here. So okay, so I guess the Eagles the Eagles already clinched into the number 2 spot or no? I think if Eagles lose, they drop, don't they? Or no? If do I have that wrong?
No. If the Eagles lose, they're still at 11-5. I'm sorry, they would still be at number 3 because and if that's if the Bears win. So if the Bears win against the Lions, then it stays where it is because the Bears hold the tiebreak over the Eagles.
Okay. So okay, just to go back to answer your question. To answer your first part of your question, this is deja vu for Darnold. I don't think Darnold will make the same mistake again. He was in the same position last year, 365 days ago. The team was, winning the division the whole entire time, and then boom, that last game, the only 2 losses they had was against, in that case, Detroit. Minnesota was on fire. So, and they lost that last game, and then from having a home field, first round bye, to all the way playing, Rams in the first round as the 5th seed as a wild card. That hurt them, right? So, Darnold knows the consequences. He knows what happened. So, even though I think this game is in San Francisco, I think having Darnold prepare for this, he knows what happened last year. So I fully expect Seattle to win this game. I'll be shocked in otherwise if Seattle don't, because Seattle's the much better team in defense, offense, in all facets of the game. Niners are still like not ready. They're Brock Purdy barely came back 3 weeks ago. McCaffrey's been there obviously, but then obviously they're missing so many people on their defense, and then also offense. Receivers are not there. So I fully expect. But in the other way around, if Niners do win, Seattle, yes, will get the 5th spot, and the Rams will automatically get the 6th spot, and we'll face the Eagles. Man, I'll be honest with you, this is not the same Eagles from last year, so they're not that that they don't scare me as much as what happened last year. And just going back to what Darnold did last year can use towards this year. Same thing for the Rams. They just faced Eagles last year in the playoffs. They actually faced Eagles in week 2, I think, or week 3. And we had that lead the whole entire game. We lost it at the field goal. And so I think Rams, if they do end up facing the Eagles, which is fine, I don't care. I'm not really scared. It'll be it's a hard matchup. It's a tough matchup. We have to go through them one way or another. And I still give Rams a good chance to win because I do feel that Rams are still more.
If the Rams get in lead in the Eagles game, then the Eagles will fall apart. Yeah,
exactly, because they'll start pointing fingers here and there, And to be honest with you, man, Jalen Hurts, right? Even though they played the Bills, he only had like 100 and like I want to say 20 yards or even maybe less.
15 yards in the second half. The offense just shuts down.
Yeah, like something happens. Like I don't know what the hell happens, right? And so I don't believe in Jalen Hurts, So it's like I don't mind. That's what I'm saying. This year, look, I hate saying this. I don't want to jinx my Rams. I do want the Rams to get the 5th seed because I do feel that there'll be a chance where the Rams might host a home game in the NFC Championship game. Why do I say that? Because all the division winners, in this case, Seattle, the Bears, the Eagles, and the Panthers or Tampa Bay, they're all going to be out. before the NFC Championship game. I do feel Seattle's gonna get that first. The way I see it going through is that Seattle will beat the Niners. Rams will beat the Cardinals. So Rams will get the higher seed, number 5. Seattle will be number 6, right? And then the Rams will beat their own opponent. Niners will beat Eagles, right? So and then you have Chicago facing Green Bay. I think Chicago still wins it. But then since Niners are still the lower seed, they'll face the Seattle Seahawks, and the Rams will go face Chicago, and then each team will upset the division winners for the championship game. Since the Rams had a higher wild card seed, NFC Championship game will be hosted in SoFi. That's the way I see. That's the way I see my. I don't know if I'm gonna be correct, but you see, are you getting my dots? What I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there'll be a lot of upsets happening. So
Yeah.
that's the way I see it happening, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah. If I was the Rams, I would want to face the Eagles.
Yeah.
I feel like the mistakes made in the Super Bowl last year and this season when they handled green and blue, I think
Yeah.
will not carry on to this playoffs.
Yeah.
And like you said, I don't think the Eagles defense is still one of the best, right? And they can definitely shut down and give Sam Matt Stafford a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
But that offense for the Eagles just completely just goes blank. I
Yeah.
don't know what they're doing. And I feel like against the Eagles, the Rams defense does show up pretty well.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's why. And the thing about playing against not Cardinals, but the Carolina Panthers or the Buccaneers have nothing to lose.
Oh yeah.
And those are sometimes the most dangerous teams.
Mhm.
You don't want to face a team that has nothing to lose. They don't give a crap. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we made the playoffs. What the hell? And they're just out there like letting it go. So. And worst case scenario, that's a Panther. I think Panthers will not give a shit about what happens in playoffs. And then even worse is if the Buccaneers win, Baker Mayfield has been not good the second half of the season. He'll be on a vengeance tour because he was supposed to be MVP candidate along with Matt Stafford.
First 4 weeks,
dropped
5 weeks.
all the way off, right? Exactly. And they were 5-1. They dropped completely off the radar, and I think he'll be on alert notice too. So I think that's the reason why I would not want to face them, and I'd rather face an Eagles team who's still trying to find themselves, even though they're in the playoffs. Right.
I agree, man. I agree. And do you want to hear crazy shit though, man? What's gonna happen this Saturday? So there's a showdown happening, right? Where at 1 o'clock is Panthers versus Tampa Bay, right? For the division game. That's not really a battle for division, right? Because for example, if Tampa Bay beats the Panthers, they both have the same record then.
Right.
Right? And then obviously if that happens, then right now I think the way it goes is that if Tampa Bay beats the Panthers, then I think Tampa Bay gets the edge because of the division. I don't know how it is, but guess what? Falcons have the last say though. So since Falcons beat the Rams, they're technically still alive in a way where they can ruin Tampa Bay's season. Because even if Tampa Bay beats the Panthers and have the same record, but if the Falcons beat the Saints, then the Panthers, the Falcons, the Tampa Bay Panthers and Falcons will have all the same record. But since Falcons has the tiebreaker over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that means Panthers will make the playoffs. Even if Panthers lose, they can still make the playoffs. That's how crazy it is.
And the Falcons play the Saints.
Exactly.
So you expect them to win.
Exactly, right? So basically Falcons hold the last laugh. In case the Panthers loses, it's still not automatic that Tampa Bay makes the playoffs.
Interesting, man. It's very, very interesting. This is how things are shaping up. But yeah, that was an insane. I mean, that Sunday night game was freaking awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
Going to another bad loss from this past weekend. The Browns beating your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Did I tell you, dude, Browns wake up for them? I told you, remember? We're talking about it. I'm like, Browns will wake up for Steelers. It's a division game, and they're going to try to win this game. But, man, oh my gosh, dude. What a golden missed opportunity. You're playing a last place Browns, and you're going to lose to them. And they had a chance to win, too, and they still couldn't win, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they went fourth, and they were almost in the red zone. They went for it, and Aaron Rodgers couldn't convert as usual. But
But
what are
what
your
are your
thoughts
thoughts
on this
on
one?
this one?
So
So
the
the
Miles
Miles
Garrett made
Garrett
a
made it.
comment about
Their
Aaron
favorite.
Rodgers not trying to get sacked because he's trying to set the stat record.
You need one more sack, I think. One more sack to get
Yeah,
it.
one more sack, right? And
He
he'll
could
probably
probably
get
get
it in
it.
the next game. But
Yeah.
they
They
said
said
that
that
they would. He
he
said
said
that
that
they
they
had a
had a
game
game
plan
plan
to
to
throw
throw
the
the
ball
ball
out as
as
fast
fast
as
as possible
possible because they
because
don't
they don't
want
want
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers
to
to
get
get
sacked.
sacked.
So
So
they're
they're
saying
saying
that
that
essentially
essentially
Blew the
they
game.
didn't care about the win of the game. They
they
rather
rather
just
just
not
not
let
let
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers
be the last
last
sack
sack.
essentially to break the record.
I think that had to do with a lot, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, because obviously you don't want another tarnished legacy for Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because technically, how Rodgers is like so respected Hall of Famer, right? People think some people think he's a GOAT, which he's not. But yeah, I think that's what impacted the game the most. They were too worried about where Miles Garrett was than what
Yeah.
Roger was actually doing. Honestly, man, a sack is a sack. If you got it on Rodgers, I don't give a shit about it. Rodgers should have. Dude, all they had to do was win the freaking game, and they would wrap up the division.
Yeah.
That's all they had to do. And they were playing the Browns, man. And I don't get it why they couldn't beat them. I was shocked. It
It's
was.
like I think it was Kevin Wiles who said it. It's like Drake
Drake
May
May
got
got
sacked
sacked
like
like
3 times by Miles Garrett, or something like that, or twice by Miles Garrett, but
but
they
they
still
still
won the
won the
game
game
by
by
like
like
double
double.
digits. And they're
They're
like,
like,
it
it
doesn't
doesn't
matter
matter
because
because
Mhm.
as
as
long
long
as
as
you
you
win
win
the
the
freaking game,
That's all that matters,
and
man.
you
you
don't
don't
want
want
the
the
one
one
thing
thing
that
that
if
if
you're
you're
Mike
Mike
Tomlin,
Tomlin,
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers,
Rodgers,
the
the
one
one
thing you
thing you
want
want
to
to
avoid
avoid
is
is
facing the
facing the
Baltimore
Baltimore
Ravens
Ravens
in the last
last
week
week
and
and
potentially
potentially
like
like
Mike
Mike
Tomlin
Tomlin tarnishing.
tarnishing. I
I
feel
feel
like
like
them
them
beating
beating
the
the
Ravens
Ravens
gave
gave
him
him
some
some
like
like
security. Okay,
okay,
you
you
beat the
beat the
Ravens.
Ravens.
Now
Now
you
you
have
have
a firm lead. Just
just
win
win
one
one
more
more
game
game
against the
against the
Browns.
Browns.
You
You
guys are
guys.
in. But
But
now
now
everything's
everything's
back
back
in
in
question.
question.
Like his
His
legacy, if
legacy,
he's
if
gonna
he's
last there,
there,
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers
as
as
a
a
quarterback,
quarterback,
like
like
all
all
that
that
stuff
stuff.
came back again despite this one bad loss.
I agree with you, man, completely. And to be honest with you, the way the game ended for Baltimore a few weeks ago against the Steelers, they ended basically where there's no penalty, there should be a penalty was called. They didn't get it called. It ended in an ugly loss. So Baltimore's waiting for the revenge game right there, man. They are. So I don't know, man. To be honest with you, it's a dangerous thing that they're trying to do. They could have wrapped this division by Browns, and like now, like you said, everything comes back into question about the legacy of Rodgers. Tomlin, not having his guys prepared to beat the Browns out of all teams. Now you got one game technically playoffs against the Ravens, where Lamar is gonna be fully healthy. I think Lamar might play now in this game, and Derrick Henry is coming off a freaking career freaking game. Yeah, he had like what did he have? 95 scrimmage yards or something. Like he had
Yeah.
a crazy ass game. Like Packers defense just didn't want to play that game or something. I don't know what the hell they were doing. And so, but yeah, man, it's gonna come down to that game. Let's see what happens. But I'm still sticking to my guns, saying that I do think with Rogers' experience and Tomlin's coaching mentality, I think they still win. But again, regardless who wins between that game, I'll tell you right now, that team will be playing in the AFC Championship game, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Sheesh, I don't know about the championship. I think if it's Ravens, potentially. But if it's Steelers, I don't get. I honestly don't. I don't see it with the Steelers.
Because there's no
It's
one
not
there. But there's no one there in the playoffs, man. I mean, you're telling me Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, what's that guy named from Texans, or
overall team wise, I would take any of those
yeah,
over.
overall team. But when it comes down to playoffs, especially that Tom Brady was that one guy show. If you had that QB who's experienced, who's been there, who's done it, like I'll take him, right? So that's what I'm saying. I'll still take Rodgers over all those QBs I just named.
Rodgers is the James Harden of
I know
quarterback.
it's
He's
playoffs,
there,
man.
but he's close to playoffs.
He knows it's all or nothing now. His last chance. Think about it. Last opportunity.
Do you think the Metcalf for this? So if they lose against the
Oh
Ravens,
yeah, dude.
in 2 games, right? So he'll miss
Good.
the worst time to miss 2.
Crazy.
Do you think a lot of the blame will go towards Metcalf doing it, or Rodgers, or Tomlin, or all?
It shouldn't even be made. Honestly, they shouldn't even point the finger at Metcalf because think about it. They technically had 2 chances to win one. That's all they had to do. And one of the chances was the Browns. You get what I'm saying? One of the games was the Browns, so you're not gonna win that game. So how much can you really blame Metcalf? To be honest with you, I don't know. That's the way I see it, man.
I agree. They can't give Metcalf any shit about it because
They have two chances to win one game.
you could have beat the Browns. I mean, honestly, the Titans beat the Browns. That's how bad they are. So yeah, so it's gonna go down to the last week essentially, and then the one more game I'm gonna get into before we go on to next week's prediction, and that's gonna be the Bills and Eagles game. It's an ugly game, but obviously Josh Allen came back in the fourth quarter, kind of woke up a little bit. What are your thoughts around them going for it versus for field goal and going to OT?
Dude, I don't understand why they did that. I question that so much. Why even go for two?
I know the kicker missed it the point after,
But still, though,
but like
dude.
the Buffalo defense held the Eagles 15 yards. They were rolling out the Eagles. So you
And
say that's just happen again.
and with this new playoff rules, everyone gets a chance, right? Unless you go for a two. You could have won for two in the OT, not during end of fourth. Like OT would have made sense, but not in the fourth, like especially all you had to do is you did all that to get a touchdown, and then to be honest with you, I don't know what Josh Allen was doing. He was wide open.
That was a wide open play. That was a wide open
Just like Stafford, what he freaking did end of the fourth quarter, that guy was wide open. He just chucked the ball like in the ground. Like, what are you doing? Like, the bad throw, dude. He could have took his time. That's how wide open he was, man. So I don't get it, man.
Yeah,
but yeah, I wouldn't.
That was bad play by Josh Allen, but I think it's bad play calling.
Yeah.
You take the point after you go into OT.
Exactly.
And you give your defense another down. They were shutting down the Eagles off.
I agree. Completely agree with you, man.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that got Bills bounced the last two playoffs, right? It was a play calling towards the end of the game, dumbass play calling, right? Even the Bills mafia was bullying them because they were running the ball when they should be throwing it. Like, what the hell are you doing? Tom Brady was commenting. He's like, what are they doing? That's a bad play call. Like, I know you have James Cook, but
come on,
you should be throwing the ball in this instance, right?
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, I just don't get it. So it's like towards the end, they just start making bad plays, and I mean, I don't blame Josh Allen. I know he's going with what coach is saying, but at the same time, it's just like this is what got you in trouble.
Oh yeah.
I wish they would learn by now. I mean, I still think the Bills make it, but I want them to win it. I want Josh Allen to win one. But like this is the kind of stuff. The play calling towards the end. This is what killed them in the freaking last two playoffs. This is what you expect them to change.
No, they don't. They still revert back to their old self.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. I don't know, man. I do agree with you, though, man. I don't know why they went for two. Even when they did, even when the coach McDermott went two, like, I'm like, come on, what are you doing? Just go for a kick and tie the game.
Come on, man. I mean, yeah, that was such a dumb play.
Did you hear Sirianni after the game too in the tunnel, like screaming and like yeah, like shut up, dude. You're a coach. I don't see any coach doing that kind of freaking shit, dude. This is why I hate Sirianni, dude. Like it's cringe when a coach is when he does a celebration in a tunnel like that, like Antonio.
If they beat them 40-17, I get it. You go out there, you show your chest. Oh, we beat the shit out of the Bills, but you barely won, and the offense which you're in charge of barely could score any points. So, like, I don't understand how this. It's not like it was some genius defensive play. It was bad play calling by the Bills, and it was a bad throw by Josh Allen. It was not anything to beat, but I just don't understand why he's out there. Which I can never root for the Eagles. This is why, like, I know one of our buddies is a huge Eagles fan. I could never. I mean, I'm the neutral person. I don't give a crap about who. But even then, I root against the Eagles because of him. Like, it was because of Sirianni. He's such a cringy dumbass. Yeah. When they were up 21-0 against the Cowboys, he was over there like high fiving, doing all this, running his mouth, and then they lose the game. He's like, oh my god. Like, love to see it, Let's get into next week predictions. All right, Saturday, First game at 1:30, we have the Panthers against the Bucks. This is going to be in Tampa. Bucks are favored by 2.5 points.
It's in Tampa, you said, right? You know, man, I want to say Bucks, but I'm gonna say Panthers. We'll wrap up the division.
Really?
They're playing so well right now, man. The defense and everything, like they're playing so well. Something's off with the Bucks, man. I don't know what it is. Yeah. So give me the Panthers. They'll wrap up the division.
We got the Niners and the Seahawks. It's going to be in Levi Stadium. Seahawks are favored by 1.5 points. After I saw them, I just don't.
The only thing that gives me hope is what happened to Darnold last year, and I don't think it's gonna happen again this year, man. I think Seattle wins this. Give me Seattle.
Saints and Falcons. I mean, we know we won't talk about it, but it's an important game because of how the Buccaneers and the Panthers. I mean, I know you had the Panthers winning it, but Saints Falcons can be in Atlanta. Falcons are favored by 3.5. I don't know. Give me Saints. I want the Bucks.
Honestly, I want the Falcons to lose, man. But the thing is, they know that the more they win, the odds of getting that better pick goes away.
Yeah.
So I do feel that, and also Raheem Morris, the coach, is playing for his coaching position. So they need to win, so I think they'll win.
All right. Let's see. Browns, Bengals. I don't care about this. It's be in Cincinnati. Bengals are favored by 7.5 points. Give me the Bengals, but I do expect Miles Garrett to break his sack record. Joe Burrow is going to get sacked at least 15 times.
Oh, gosh, 100%, man. You kidding me? He's going to get his sack for sure, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, man. But give me Browns in this case because Shador is playing with confidence right now, and so which is great.
All right, we got the Packers and the Vikings. Packers have pretty much secured their spot in the playoffs, and Vikings are favored by 6.5 points. Jordan Love may not be back for this game still.
No.
Give me the Vikings.
Yeah, same here, man. Honestly, Packers have nothing to play for, to be honest with you, because they can't jump up any higher. So, yeah, same thing, man. Give me the Vikes.
I just take my week. I got the Cowboys and Giants. It's going to be in MetLife Stadium. Cowboys favored by 3.5 points. The Cowboys.
Yeah, same here, Cowboys. I mean, they gotta, just win out and kind of show, that they have potential for next year, So, yeah. No, we didn't. We didn't do Jacksonville.
No.
That's another game.
Yeah, Jacksonville against the Titans. Jags are favored by 12.5 points. It's going to be in Jacksonville. They haven't secured their division.
They haven't. Nope. The Texans won. They beat the Chargers.
If they lost and Texans win, they would get in.
The Texans kind of gets the division then.
Okay. But yeah, I don't see the Jags losing to the Titans.
Yeah. Same here. Zach, out of all that, dude, yeah, I agree with you.
Then you get the Texans and Colts. It's going to be in Houston. Houston favored by 10.5 points in Houston. I think Phil Rivers is done.
He's not playing. Yeah, I think he's done playing now. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to lose, man. Give the Texans all the way.
Bills and Jets going to be in Buffalo. Bills are favored by 7 points. I mean, yeah, Bills will win, but do they have anything they're playing? Not really, right? They're sticking to that spot. They can potentially move up.
In wild card, they could move up. Yeah, seating wise, yeah.
I mean, if they move up, they may go against the Jaguars for sure.
Exactly. Give me the Bills, man.
Yeah, Bills. Let's see what's up. Lions and Bears. Bears are favored by 3 points. Bears do need it. This win. This is gonna be in Soldier Field. Give me the Bears here, though. Lions are. Well, honestly, I feel like.
You think so, Detroit?
Give me Detroit. He's gonna want it.
They gotta. I was gonna do Detroit too, man, because I think Bears are gonna look for playoffs. We're gonna be so happy for next week that I think Detroit, they haven't won, and they're gonna need this. So give me Detroit.
And this will mess up the seeding for the Bears too.
Oh, 100%, man.
All right, got the Chargers and Broncos. Denver is favored by 12.5 points. It's gonna be in Denver. Chargers are playing for this because they would, either lock down the 6th or the 7th seed, depending on the win. Shoot, the spread is crazy though. Give me the Broncos. Oh wait, 12.5 points.
I mean, this game could have meant something. Chargers would have freaking won that game in SoFi last week. But I agree with you in that way by just giving me the Chargers because Broncos have nothing to play for, man. Actually, do they have? Actually, they do have something to play for. Number one seed overall, right? Because because if Patriots lose and Broncos win, then
They have tiebreaker over the Patriots. Right now, they're number one. They would keep their number one spot
Broncos would, right?
and get a first round bye.
Yeah. So they give me the Broncos. This is a mile high thing too. So give the Broncos.
I got the Chiefs against the Raiders. Raiders are doing everything they can to lose this game, including sending Max Crosby back home. Give me the Chiefs.
That's something they would do, bro. To be honest with you, but yeah, give it the Chiefs because like Raiders really want to get that number one pick. As you can tell, last week that they let Giants beat them like crazy, manhandle them. So
The
yeah.
Giants beat them. Max Crosby will play. Like, no, you just sit out. We don't want you injured. And he like left the team.
He's like, who does that shit, man?
You got the Rams and Cardinals. Rams are favored by 7.5 points. Going to be in SoFi. Give me the Rams too. No way to lose.
They need to win this just to kind of go in a winning momentum, man. They can't lose
It's a
this game.
dominating win. That's what you need to go into the dominating win.
Like killer win, like 40 to like 3.
Yeah,
something, man.
All right, Pats and Dolphins. It's going to be in Foxborough. Pats are favored by 10.5 points. Give me the Pats here too.
Again, this is a very sneaky game, bro. Because Dolphins, they're doing the same thing with Falcons. The coach is playing for his position. So it's a division game as well. Well, Browns did to Steelers. So give me the Dolphins.
That'd be interesting.
I need Drake Mays to lose so Stafford can be back in MVP voting, bro. I need this big upset. I need Miami. I needed Miami to freaking whoop Pat's ass and make Drake May look like freaking, I don't know.
Drake May like at least like 2 interceptions and like 3 sacks and then yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Commanders and Eagles. This would have been a good game in the season, but not anymore. Eagles are favored by 7 points in Philly. But give me Eagles. No way.
Same here, man. Eagles all the way, man. This way too.
And then game of the week, game of the year probably. Ravens against the Steelers. It's going to be in Pittsburgh. Ravens are favored by 3.5 points. Give me the Ravens.
This is where we differ, brother. Give me Steelers.
Yeah. This is the game of the year, man. Honestly, can't believe it's come down to this game. It's crazy the fact that this division has gone to this game. Especially with the Ravens, how they started.
Yeah.
And now where they're at and how the Steelers started.
I agree, man. It's gonna be great, man. I can't wait. I want to. It's funny because Ravens also played a playoff game against the Bills like this last year, and they lost a nail biter because Mark Andrews dropped a touchdown, remember? And so same thing. This guy's like a 1-game playoff. Rodgers versus Lamar Jackson. What a night! What a way to end the football season, man. What a way, This ratings will have like Super Bowl ratings. I'm telling you, man. That's how it's good. It's crazy, man. Crazy.
I can't wait. Honestly, I can't.
So excited.
I mean, as easy as it would be for Josh Allen without Lamar there, but this is a cap. All right. Let's quickly skim through the NBA. Let's see. We had some Laker meltdowns happening last week. Looks like currently they were losing the last time I checked.
They're still losing. They're still losing by like 4 or 5.
Yeah. Against Pistons. And now we're hearing all stuff about JJ Redick calling out LeBron, calling out Luka. You know how he does when he goes to a tantrum.
He's like a Sirianni dude, to be honest with you. Redick feels way too much emotion.
I mean, so I know you're a Redick guy. So do you think he has like
control? No.
The legacy to go out there and start saying stuff like that to media about we don't play hard, we're gonna do blah. Do you think that he has that?
He doesn't hold any weight, man. To be honest with you.
Right, exactly.
He doesn't. So.
If it was Phil Jackson, I get it. Belichick, I get it. Greg Popovich, would be like that. I would get that, right? Even Doc Rivers. I mean, as much as I don't like the guy,
he holds the weight.
Right? Not Richard. Someone else said it. Like it's everyone else's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh yeah, 100%, man.
which I mean, I'm just a Brown analyst here. I'm not even a real analyst, but even I could tell you the defense was the issue going into
Yeah,
the season, and I
and
was
you said it, and
surprised.
you said it, and you were
Yeah,
100% right about that. The defense was the issue, man. That's the thing.
right. And you know it too. Like you know we can't.
You cannot defend at
And
all, man.
they're like a surprise we don't play defense. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You lineup has three non-defenders out there. What do you expect? Even Aiden doesn't play good defense.
Exactly, and exactly, and LeBron doesn't want to hustle back and doesn't want to do anything, And Luca takes some time positions off sometimes too, So
Yeah, it's like what do you expect from your team? It's either he doesn't understand what team he has, or he's just in denial. Like he
he's
has maybe a
trying,
20.
he's trying to make it. He's trying to, I don't know, just transform this Lakers into a defensive squad, which they can't. They have an old 41-year-old LeBron James, Luca, who's offensive minded, and Aiton, who's soft in the middle. I mean, he's good. He's doing his game. He's doing what I expected, averaging 14 and 6 or whatever. That's great, better than what we had before. Oh, but yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't get his mindset around it about him complaining and bitching about it nonstop, and then and then putting the lineup out there with Austin Reeves and Rui also not being as effective as I mean he was just getting cardio last that one game where he had 0 points and like out of 6 shots or whatever and 2 rebounds.
Yeah, which is crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude, like yeah, he's jogged up and down the court and 2 balls on your hand from rebound. But I don't understand when JJ is gonna be like, yeah, I should think about or especially yeah, play defense.
And I mean, obviously, they have to make some acquisitions, and like honestly, did you hear about this? The thing that Bill Simmons threw out that LeBron for Jimmy straight up.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would love that, man. Honestly, man, more and more I think of it, man. I'm coming more on your side. We need to get LeBron off this team. He doesn't want to be a Laker anymore, man. He's done. He's like he's not really a cancer, man, but
Yeah.
he's
He's like I think what you said, he'll still go out there, he'll play, but
not with
you
his heart.
can't guarantee that he'll care.
It's kind of like LeBron's playing like a girl that's cheated on you, and she cheated on you, and she says sorry, sorry, sorry. Let's make it work. You're like, all right, let's try to make it work, but you just tune her off. You're done. You're just there just to be there, kind of thing. Now. It's just an ugly divorce kind of thing.
And since he's rejoined the Lakers after his injury, he's had the biggest plus and the most negative.
And Reddick said it too. Since we got LeBron back, we lost our mojo. And which is correct because I mean, obviously, even without LeBron out the first month, man, we played so hard. Everybody was playing hard, right? Even Luka was playing hard. So
Yeah, exactly. And and I know a lot of this media talk about like, oh, like, you can't blame LeBron. He's 41 years old. Very true. Very, very true. But then you can blame the player that's making $57 million.
of course,
Like it's two different things. Right? It's like one thing if he was 41 years old, 40, whatever he is, and he's making 15 million, okay, dude, leave him
agree.
alone. He's not the issue. But he's not. He's the second highest paid player in the league.
Oh,
By a
100%,
lot.
100%.
And so if you're gonna pay somebody that much money, that much of the salary cap, you expect them to be at a certain range as far as his play, his
Exactly.
creativity, his mindset into the game. That's where my issue is. I hear on ESPN, I see it with Shannon Sharp. Everyone's like, "Oh, you can't. It's LeBron for blah, but you can't blame him." No, you
No,
can't.
you
You
can't. He's
should.
making
You
that
should blame
money.
all the
He's
time.
making exactly. He's
Exactly.
making
Luka,
that top money right there.
right. And I get Luka, right? But you don't pay Luka to play defense. You don't. That's not what you pay.
Yeah,
That's not why he was going to be one of the greats.
exactly.
Like Jokic. Jokic is not a good defender, but he will do everything for you on offense.
Exactly.
3-pointer, rebounds, everything. And that's what you pay Luka. Luka is a triple-double machine at times. He is the offensive scorer, right? That's why you pay him the big bucks. And that's how you should build a team. But the fact that LeBron's there, also sucking up $57 million of our cap. Imagine we had 2 players at $25 million. How much of a difference they can make versus exactly. I mean, I'll even throw this. I'll throw this your way, which you might like. Even if you have more Marcus Smarts, be better. Give me more Marcus Smarts.
Exactly.
You know.
I agree with you. Completely agree with you, man. I want to see what Rob Pelinka does at the deadline. Obviously, like I know he's not gonna make any major moves, but let's see what he does for defense. We need definitely defensive minded people. Like like that Keon Ellis guy from Sacramento. He'll be a good addition. He's a good wing defender. Anybody would be better. I want to see if they entertain LeBron's trade request. He has a request a trade. Let me take that back. But LeBron's desire to maybe join Steph Curry if he wants. I mean, Golden State always see the thing is this. It takes two to tangle, right? Warriors are sinking. They're finding they need to find like a fresh breath of air. And they always wanted LeBron. And Lakers need a bridge guy, which is Jimmy Butler, who can actually teach Luka how to play defense. Jimmy's a really good defender and show him ways to play well, And so that'll be a good, match made in heaven, to be honest with you. If you ask me. Yeah, he makes about 40 something. Very close. Very close. Very
I
close.
mean,
Very close.
I mean, because along with Jimmy, even Draymond is not getting along with her, right? Like that.
Yeah.
He's also been a detriment to. And
I'll,
I don't,
I'll,
I don't
I'll
think Draymond is the answer for us. So he would be a good piece to.
he wouldn't be an answer, but he's a 10, 15 minute spot up guy, that can be that, enforcer,
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't
keep
mind.
Aiden as center. You put Draymond power forward. If we can get Jimmy, something like that, right?
Gosh,
And we surround
imagine that lineup,
Luka
man.
with
Imagine, okay, Luka, your point guard, shooting guard is Smart, your small forward is Jimmy, your power is Draymond, and your center is Aiton.
yeah.
How you
I
gonna
like that.
how you gonna lose that, dude? You have defense surrounded
And
by Aiton
Austin's
and
gonna come back.
oh, I forgot Austin. Sorry, Austin would be our shooting guard. Yeah, sorry. Austin is currently out. Yeah. Austin's our shooting guard. I forgot, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, dude.
Yeah, if Austin comes back, like that is a much better lineup. That's much more competitive
Yeah,
than what we have.
exactly. Yeah, man. But yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Let's see how it goes.
it was crazy to see last week. I just felt like everything was Lakers, this and that. I'm just anybody, honestly, like it's not a surprise anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, what are your thoughts? Your thoughts on this last one, which is around the Spurs beating the Thunder 3 times already this year? Are they the legit team? Like I feel like now it's between Spurs, OKC, and Nuggets because Amanda Jokic got injured, but like those three teams are kind of like the big ones now.
They
Do
play
you think
defense.
Spurs are legit?
They play defense, man. They play defense,
Yeah,
and they have those backcourts and also like Dylan Harper coming off the bench. That's the reason why OKC is having a hard time. They keep on throwing those rotating shooting guards at you. Like they keep you on your feet, man. Like you have Vessel and Castle, and then De'Arian, and then one of them goes out, Dylan comes back. When another goes off, another comes back. It's like they always keep you. And then y'all Wemby, who's always floating around. You cannot go for a layup there because he's gonna take that shit down, man. So
yeah.
yeah,
If Wemby stays healthy, I think the Spurs are legit scary team, and
I
they
think they are.
definitely
Yeah,
have the Thunder's number. Like the Thunder cannot. I mean, because the Spurs are just as athletic as they are, but then the biggest difference maker is Wemby.
exactly. Yeah, I agree with
She
you.
actually can't do anything against Wemby.
I agree with you.
Nobody against.
Well, Wemby's good, man. He's getting better and better. That's the scary part. He hasn't been like scratch the surface yet, man. To be honest with you,
Right now, Lakers are number one. Right, is
they're
under. They're
12.
number two. The Nuggets are number three. Rockets are four. Lakers are five. In Minnesota. Do you? Because I feel like the Clippers they won four straight.
Dude,
Don't look now. Do you think they make a run at it?
Kawhi will get injured, but he'll break down. He's playing way too much. Going way too much too. Doing everything way too much.
They.
Yeah, I'm up by 30 or something. Sacramento is just dysfunctional, man. Anybody can beat them, But Kawhi's scoring way too much and playing way too much, man. And so I want to see how long can this last for him, He usually breaks down, man.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Towards the playoff time is when he starts missing games.
Yep.
But he'll be hot right now, and he may play one playoff series, the most that the Clippers get from him. And
Exactly.
after that, he's just sitting.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree.
But because right now in the play-in, it's the Suns are seventh, the Warriors are eighth, ninth is the Grizzlies, and the 10th is the Raiders. Which I think of all those teams, I definitely need the Clippers to move up.
It could.
And
I can see that, man.
very close. And they're
We are.
only behind.
Yeah, I can see that, man. I mean, look, NBA season's a marathon. We're only barely halfway there. Like we're at 30 games, I think. 30 something games. And so I mean, there's still second half of the season still remaining. I mean, you can definitely catch on fire. And I mean, you saw what Colts did. They started off 8-1 first half, and then they went 1-7 the second half. Anything can happen. Clippers can turn it up, man, and they can make the playoffs. And so we'll see what happens. You gotta stay healthy, right?
Yeah, man. It's gonna be fun though, dude. Like, I mean, again, for me, NBA doesn't get exciting until close to until the seedings, where people land. That's when it gets exciting. Until then, it's just kind of like, yeah, this team's hot, this team's not, whatever. But until they get it, like,
I agree. No, I agree with you. Completely agree with you, man.
all right, well, let's go out there. We definitely will wish all of our listeners a happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, 26. We're gonna go even better.
Of course.
We have a lot of stuff happening, guys. We have a lot of things behind the scenes right now. Stay tuned. Brown balls. You guys in 2026.
Take care, man. Can't wait. Peace.